Alrighty guys, what is up? I got some excellent feedback from you all. It's like, asking if y'all liked the first tier maker video that I did, and the feedback was great. And so I decided, well, why not just prove to everyone that, I have a face, I'm not just a voice. If you haven't seen me before, I do these rarely. I like to kind of mix it up every now and then, so this is me attempting to do that with, obviously, the video cam. So, same sort of format as far as the tier maker is concerned, but we do have a little bit of different categories, and this time around, I'm going to be ranking these teams by, how much I like them or dislike them. So we're going to start with the first tier is going to be absolutely love, so, my heart is with this team. Next down is still like them a lot, so, they're not my favorite, but I really like them. Indifferent, I'm kind of like it doesn't matter. I don't like them, but I don't necessarily hate them. Next down, don't like them, but don't despise them. So, yeah, it kind of speaks for itself. And the next, despise them completely. So these are the teams that I absolutely hate, guys. And they're few and far between, but they'll still be there. And if you know anything about me being a Pens fan, you can probably already kind of guess. Anyway, we're going to get to it, and we're going to start alphabetic order. Anaheim. This was a team that I really used to not like, mainly because Ryan Kessler, Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaf. Now, Getzlaf is still there, and he's a pain to play against, but I'll still put them here. Next up, Arizona. Now, this is a team that, I don't know, I would say I'm indifferent with, just because I wouldn't mind seeing them succeed, because obviously, their fans have been through a lot. I love the Kachina jersey. I love the Kachina logo, but I'm not one to, actually really be invested emotionally in the team and how it does, if that makes any sense. But if they were in the playoffs, I would definitely cheer for them because the underdog factor. Boston. So we're going to put them right here. And if you know anything about the Boston-Pittsburgh rivalry, it was more prominent, I would say, back last decade, because we seem to meet in the playoffs a lot more. But I think it's still kind of there. It's not, like I said, as prominent, but definitely still a little bit of pent-up resentment there. And anyways, if you are a hockey fan and you're knowledgeable about, fan bases, most fan bases, regardless, will say that they don't like Boston if they aren't Boston fans. So that's kind of just rule of thumb. Next down, we're going to Buffalo. Yeah, kind of like Arizona here. I'd like to see them really do good, but I'm not really here to say I'm a Buffalo fan by any means. Calgary, yeah, I gotta put them up here. They've been my favorite Canadian team for a while. I like Johnny Gaudreau, and Matthew Tkachuk kind of straddles the line, but he makes things exciting. And I really hope that they can make the playoffs this year. They were pretty close, but I guess we'll see. Also, their logo is pretty killer as well. It's simplistic, but I still really like it. Next down is Carolina. Now, I know some people, regarding the Tony DeAngelo situation, they're going to say, I don't like Carolina now because of him. They've gone down my list, and I know people that have said that. This isn't really that for me. It's more of just, I was kind of indifferent. I guess maybe a little bit to the fact, but I did really enjoy my time in Carolina when I went to a game there. Their fans were really great. I had a great time. The fans really seemed to be into it, despite it being, a smaller arena, and I know they kind of get a bad rap, but I did have a good experience overall there. So I'm gonna put them in the indifferent category. I really think that they're gonna do well this season, but anyways, I had to get a little sip of Zen tea. Everything's Zen. Now, Chicago. Chicago is one that I was already, before I was in a different category, right? I do like to watch Patrick Kane. Patrick Kane, Showtime. He's always putting on a show, But with Marc-Andre Fleury coming down to Chicago, that instantly makes me like them more because he's my second favorite player. So I have to say that I still like them a lot. I really didn't hate Chicago before. Not really. I didn't really have a reason to. Avalanche, I really do like their logo. They're a lot of fun to watch. I like to watch, especially McKinnon. Makar's a treat as well. But I'm still going to put them in the indifferent category because I just don't have a dog in the fight when it comes to them. Columbus Blue Jackets, they are, one of the teams that I do root for because, well, one, I've been to like several Jackets games and really gotten to, I guess, have a little bit of a sentimental, feel towards the team, even though, they're not even really the same team since I've been to a game there. But regardless, they're really close to me as well in proximity wise, so I want to put them there. Dallas. Oh, Dallas. Yeah, not one that I really care about either. I mean, they're an interesting team, I would say, but just one that either way, it doesn't really matter to me. Detroit Red Wings. So going back, the rivalry was strong, okay, in 08-09 between Pittsburgh and Detroit. A lot of those players are gone. I think most of them, if not all of them, are gone. Maybe like one is still on that roster. I don't even know. I know Helm is on the Avalanche now, and therefore I don't have a lot of players that, were on that roster to look at and be like, oh, that guy. So today, I'm going to say that I still don't really like them, but I don't really hate them. But if you would have asked me, about 12 years ago, I would have told you, I hate this team. So anyway, we're going to go down to now Edmonton. It's kind of a cross between like here and here because like I said, I'm a Calgary fan. So it's like Battle of Alberta, like it's, it's strong. It's strong. So I guess I will put them there. Florida. Now, Florida actually went up on my like meter. Patrick Hornquist joined them, and I really like him as a player. He's got so much intensity to him, and he's just a great player all around. So that and the fact that like they were just the underdogs that proved everyone wrong last year. I loved it. I loved seeing them finally get some attention. The running joke is like nobody watches them. The arena's empty. But last season they really gave us a reason to watch them. So I'm going to put them up there. I really hope that they continue their success this year, and a lot of people are believing in them, so hopefully that continues. LA. I used to not really like LA. It's kind of like one of those things. They went from being like one of the teams that I really liked, and then I was like, no, and sometimes if you're an NHL fan, you'll know what I mean. Sometimes you just kind of flip-flop. Right now I'm going to say I'm indifferent with that. So, Minnesota Wild. They are one team that I really like. Their logo is amazing. They weren't that fun to watch before, but I mean, when Kaprizov came in, a lot of people started enjoying watching them. And I watched a lot of Wild hockey, especially in the playoffs last year. And I mean, it sucked, like Vegas knocked them out, but they were still a treat to watch. So I am going to put them right here. That brings us to Montreal. And Montreal's another team where they've always been kind of in the middle for me. Now, I do really like their pregame ceremony, like, with the torch. Like, you just can't beat it. It's the best, I think, in the league, and a lot of people will attest to that. So I'm going to put them right there in the indifferent category because, I was rooting for them hardcore, though, last year. They were the underdogs, and I was just hoping they could stick it to Tampa big time, but unfortunately, they weren't able to. Anyways, Nashville. I've been to Nashville. Didn't have a good experience. Now this was a long time ago. I think it was in like maybe 2018, 2017-ish, and I didn't have a good experience. The fans weren't that accommodating. Obviously Pittsburgh was in town. I made the mistake wearing my Penguins jersey. So the team to me too, like, just hasn't been, like I said on a previous video, to me hasn't been that exciting, and I know I've heard other people say that as well. Just not a lot. I think UC Saros was probably, in my opinion, the standout feature as far as what you want to watch, as far as if you're watching that team, what you're watching for. And UC Saros went above and beyond last season. So I'm going to say that I don't like them, but they're not my most hated. New Jersey, I don't really have a lot to say about New Jersey other than I really hope that Jack Hughes can step up this year. And he was such a treat to watch as far as like when he was coming up. So I'm really hoping that he can finally assume that kind of star role for them. New York Islanders. Okay, they beat Pittsburgh, guys. Like, they made us look so silly like twice in the playoffs, and their fans are, well, they're very passionate about Isles hockey, that's for sure, and they can be pretty cutthroat at times. And so I do like Matt Barzal. I do like to watch him. I think he's very underrated, but I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna put them right here. New York Rangers, they are one of those teams. We did have a rivalry with them as well, like last decade. So the rivalry has pretty much diminished as far as, I'm concerned. Now, obviously, they're in the Metro, so it kind of never goes away. But Panarin's always a treat to watch. They do have a lot of good players as far as especially the forward group. And, they are, I would say, an exciting team to watch. I'd love to go to a game at MSG someday. But I'm going to say still I'm going to put them in the indifferent category. Ottawa Senators, I loved watching them last year because they were like that team that would just like piss everybody off, because they were always like called the pesky Sens because everyone thought they would suck, and they would go up against the bigger teams like Toronto, whoever, like Edmonton, and they would beat them and in the regular season and make them look silly. And I just thought it was hilarious, and I love watching Brady Tkachuk do his dirty work, getting right in the paint there, really making his opponents hate him. It's just hilarious, and it makes the game to me much more exciting. Anyways, I don't really have a dog in the fight when it comes to Ottawa, so I am still going to put them here. And I know I haven't found a team that actually like for quite a bit, but obviously if you know me and you see the list, then you'll know fair and well that there is one coming here shortly, and it sure as heck isn't Philly. Anyways, yeah, that's easy, quick. If you know anything about Penguins hockey, you'll know exactly why I put them there. Interstate rivals, so you would wonder if I was knocked on the head if I put them anywhere else. Penguins, yeah, they're my team. So absolutely love. No other team could take that place. San Jose Sharks, I'm indifferent with them. Seattle, okay. I like their logo. Brand new team. I think they're going to be exciting to watch. I love the city of Seattle. I've been there. Like, the air is so clear. You feel like you can almost just drink it. The city was great. It was different. Like, I loved the city. It was kind of almost like out of the box. Like, Portland is known for being weird. It's not very far from Portland, so it kind of had that vibe to it. And the people were really great. I got a free train pass. Like, people were just giving directions, like, left and right. Very helpful. And so I really am hoping to see a game in Seattle eventually and watch the Kraken live, but I have to put them right up here because I'm going to be rooting for them all the way. They're probably not going to do a Vegas, but I really hope they do well. St. Louis Blues, before they won the Cup, I would say I really liked them, but kind of went down after that. So I'm going to put them there. And speaking of Stanley Cup, so Tampa Bay Lightning, back-to-back champs. They're a fun team to watch, right? They are. They've got a lot of good players. They've lost quite a few, but still a really good team despite that. Yeah, they're not Pittsburgh, so when a team wins back-to-back, to me, it's like, ugh. Anyways, Toronto. And I do have some friends that are Maple Leafs fans, so if you're watching this isn't personal. It's never personal, I promise, but I'm going to put them right there because, to me, if I'm listening to the media during hockey season, it is literally nothing but the Leafs, and I don't know, I want to bang my head against the wall. Like, it just gets so annoying. And it's not really the team's fault, but it's just like the media just makes it like all about the Leafs all the time. And it gets overwhelming, and I just get so tired of it. And now, like, it's starting up again. And they have a good team. It's nothing against, I wouldn't say the players, but I don't really like the fact either that I guess they're paid so much. And I just don't really like that. I tend to gravitate towards like the players that take the lesser money and really appreciate when, you have the team first mentality there. Obviously, the GM kind of allowed this to happen, but even still, for those reasons, got to put them at the bottom. Vancouver, one team that, another team I'm just like, doesn't really matter to me what necessarily happens. Vegas Golden Knights. Now, Marc-Andre Fleury was amazing on that team. He really, really made them, put them on the map. Went to the Stanley Cup Finals the first year, and I didn't like how they did him, guys. I made a video about it, how they just, in my opinion, just completely disrespected him. And for that reason, and it's not really against the players, but it's against the organization, I'm going to say that I'm going to put them there because of that. The Washington Capitals. This is a quick one. You know. Come on. Capitals, yeah. Penguins and Capitals just hate each other, guys. It's a given fact. I used to really despise Ovechkin, though. I've come around more to obviously the grade 8. So I can definitely say that has kind of faded. That rivalry with him and Crosby is kind of, went in the rearview mirror a little bit and is gone, but still that rivalry still hangs in the balance, and obviously Tom Wilson. So Winnipeg, they're a team obviously it was nice to see Edmonton get swept last year. I will say that, but I'll still put them right there. Well, I hope you guys really like this. I'm gonna try to keep doing videos like this and maybe having a video like this occasionally. I'll probably make another video like this for later in the week or weekend or what have you. And next time, other than this, I guess, series or whatever you want to call it, you'll see me doing the whole face cam thingy. We'll probably be a pro whenever NHL 22 comes out, and we'll start up and see, I guess, if the mode's changed, and hopefully it'll be just as good, if not better, than it was last year. So I really hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more. Let's go Pens!